a sex toy. When I saw you, I knew you were my next joy. Wanna spend my life with you. You can make my dreams come true, yeah. Anything you like me to. You're the sea, I cry for you, yeah. Going as the sky is blue. You gonna always be my boo, yeah. I got the perfect view. As long as I'm looking at you, yeah. You came to me, now nothing's the same. You changed me, and I wanna run away with me. Let's not come back again. Just stay with me. I promise we'll be okay. Wanna spend my life with you. You can make my dreams come true, yeah. Anything you like me to. Try to see, I cry for you, yeah. Long as the sky is blue. You gonna always be my boo, yeah. I got the perfect view. As long as I'm looking at you, yeah. What's going down, family? It's the Hood Mystic representing www.hoodmystic.com. Shout out to the Patreon gang, patreon.com/hoodmystic. This show is brought to you by patreon.com/hoodmystic. So we want to thank those guys over there, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be doing this. So peace and love to y'all. So yeah, where are we? September 12th, 2018, daily energy reading. I am the Hood Mystic. Let's just get into this, and let me preface this video. It's best if you have pen and paper to kind of deal with this information, because we're going to deal with some astrological concepts and some different tarot cards, and you could kind of pick up your own intuition, your own advice, because I'm speaking to a lot of different people, so it's important for you to get what you came for as opposed to just listening to me. So fear and anxiety. A lot of people experience fear, a lot of people experience anxiety, but a lot of people do not talk about the solutions. If you were to go to your doctor and tell them you suffer from anxiety based upon fear, based upon post-traumatic stress disorder, they're gonna give you some pills, and those pills may make you feel better, but they're not gonna ultimately answer the question as to why I feel fear, why am I so anxious. And so I'm just going to establish an astrological reason as to why you may be experiencing these things. And when you discuss the astrological, you also discuss the solution by default, because we study astrology based upon darkness and lightness. Now, darkness and lightness has different contexts. So let's be clear about the context of darkness that I'm referring to. I'm not referring to dark energy or dark matter or, you know, doing all the deep dark magic stuff. I'm not referring to that. I'm really referring to simply you being in your house and it's dark. Now, you cannot, unless you got night ray vision, you cannot navigate your home as thoroughly and as, you know, efficiently if the lights are off and it's dark. If we were to cut the lights on in your home, then you could see, oh, there is a laundry basket on the floor. Let me walk around that, or let me pick that up, or let me do something. Or you walk in and it's dark, you can't see anything, boom, you hit a wall. Oh, there's a wall there. You cut the lights. You don't even hit the wall because the wall is clearly visible. It's there for you to see. And so when we discuss astrology, we just simply want to cut the lights on, because if you're not aware of your astrology, then you're in some form of darkness. So simply becoming aware by default is enlightenment in some form or some nature. That's why it's so amazing when you start to begin to study your chart and you're like, wow, how did this know this about me and things of that nature? Well, everybody can see you. Everybody knows what's going on with you except you. And so it's important to understand yourself so you can guide yourself. And so the first thing that I want to talk about is Saturn. Saturn is in Capricorn. Saturn is in direct. Saturn is in the first decan of its home constellation, which is Capricorn. And so if Sagittarius is about fire path working, then Capricorn is about actually walking through the fire, actually ascending, actually being something in this terrestrial life. Sometimes we get so caught up in the Sagittarius aspect that we're just creating the fire. We're just seeing our path. And it's like, you know, I'm going to be a great singer one day. And we're satisfied with the fact that we're going to be a great singer, and we never take the next step from Sagittarius into Capricorn, which is us actually walking, actually taking that next step and stop making excuses. Because Saturn and Capricorn is very serious about you and your purpose. If your purpose was to be a damn plumber, then my guy, you better do the best plumber job you ever could do. If you was cleaning toilets, then you better be cleaning them toilets spotless, because it's not about what you do, it's about how you do it when you understand Saturn energy. The things that you do in your situation, you ultimately override. See, you clean the toilet so good, then you realize that this is, I've mastered cleaning the toilets. Let me upgrade to, you know, cleaning the living rooms or cleaning the hallways or using the buffer machine, so I can get more skills. And then maybe a year I could be a manager of this place. And then maybe in 2 years I can start my own cleaning company. But if you didn't first and foremost clean them toilets the best way that you possibly could, then you would never got to that cleaning company. So this is why it's very, very important to take yourself seriously in whatever you're doing today. Take it seriously, even if it's not ideal, even if it's not the thing that you want to be doing. You're doing it for some reason. You've managed to put yourself in the situation where you're cleaning toilets, but you wanted to have a cleaning business, but you can't just skip steps with Saturn and Capricorn. You can't just, you know, magically just own some shit and know how to handle the shit that you own without having the practical knowledge to actually function and run a business. And that's just an analogy of how to fully understand Saturn and Capricorn. Very serious time. And all of these energies come into home. The brothers coming into their home spaces. Saturn and Capricorn, Jupiter and Sagittarius. And so when these things come into their exalted places, that's power, that's energy for me and you, but are we going to use it? So Saturn is trine Uranus in Taurus. Taurus rules the throat. The things that you say. Taurus distributes or understands what it's going to say based on the individual's experience. So if you're just a terrestrial being, then your Taurus energy, yeah, you're saying a lot. Yeah, you sound good. But it's not about the celestial realms and the outer limits of what you're saying. So anything that you could possibly say is limited by your terrestrial situation. Like if you were in a beautiful surroundings, then you could talk a lot of shit about you being in those beautiful surroundings. But say for instance, those beautiful surroundings, like a hurricane had came. Then your whole conversation is about how horrible your surroundings is, because you're not even on the terrestrial level of Taurus. You're just on the base level of everything that's around you, and you think that this is true beauty. But there's more to life than what you see. And Uranus going into Taurus is really double downing on what I'm saying. There is more to life than this terrestrial life. You should be excited about your spiritual journey as opposed to, you know, butterflies and trees and oceans and things of that nature, because it's beautiful, but it's limited too. So you being by beautiful surroundings, you know, a lot of people, we have the intention to be in a beautiful place, but putting your toxic ass in a beautiful place is going to make that beautiful place now toxic. So it's very important that you begin to connect to those things that are celestial, things that are beyond your realm of thought, and speak upon that shit. And so Uranus is changing your vocabulary, or it's not. Very key. Speaking things into existence. Very key to understand the things that we say we create in our lives. So if you are lonely, if you are fearful, if you are anxious, if you don't know what's going to happen, congratulations, you're creating that reality for yourself. What are you doing outside of your fear? What are you doing outside of your anxiety? And so when we discuss the fire path working of Sagittarius, what is that though? What does that look like? What do you mean, Hood Mystic? Fire path working sounds deep, but I don't know what you're talking about though, bro. Okay, when we begin to read, when we begin to focus on the fact that, okay, I'm supposed to be this great singer. Is that enough to just simply know that you were supposed to be a great singer? Or are you taking the singing lessons? Are you practicing the runs? Are you doing the harmonies? Are you doing the sound recorder on your phone to stack your harmonies to see how they sound? Practicing different runs, writing different lyrics, listening to different artists, seeing how they do shit. Do you have a singing plan to get to that place? Or are you just satisfied with you having talent? Because I don't care what you do. There's somebody better than you at what you do. Am I the best astrologer on the planet? No. Am I the best tarot person on the planet? Absolutely not. Am I the best video person? No. What am I good at? I'm good at being me. That's the only thing that I know how to do. You understand? So it's very important that you focus on you and that your fire path working. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just know that I'm here to learn, I'm here to experience, and I'm just here for it. And that's what I speak into existence. I have higher goals, wealth, love, and the things that I can begin to do to walk into that path, as opposed to just simply it would be nice to be an astrologer on YouTube and, put out videos every day. That'd be crazy if I could do that. But never looking into the different programs or the different modalities and the different things that I could begin to do to download on my camera, computer, buy the camera, start to run the programs, do the live streams. That's action. That's Capricorn. That's Saturn and Capricorn. Saturn and Capricorn. Saturn and Sagittarius was, I wish it would be nice to be an astrologer. It'd be nice to, put this work in and do videos every day, have like an astrology news program. You can ask my wife. I've been talking about this for years. To actually start to do it is Saturn in the first degrees of Capricorn. Is an ascension. So what can we begin to actually do that we've already had our mindset on? We've already knew we wanted to do this shit. Now let's do it. They say just do it in them Nike commercials and we share the memes, but what are you actually doing? Square Chiron. Saturn square Chiron. So the reality is that the world presents us with healing. It's present. It's available. But where is it leading you? Who knows? But let's just focus on healing and let the healing guide us as opposed to letting our fear and anxiety guide us. Because where is that going to get us to? The crazy house, prison, just loneliness, isolation, despair, anxiety attacks, panic attacks. What is the active action modality that you are using to heal your past so your present you can show up clear? If you're doing nothing, if you're just simply waiting for a bag, for a check, for somebody to love you, you'll get it. But you'll be your own toxic ass in that situation, and you'll ruin it just like you ruined the last 5 or 6 situations. Because you have not done the healing modality. It is present and you don't know where it's leading you, but you don't need to know where it's leading you. You know where your fear and anxiety is leading you, though. You know without a doubt where that's leading you. Saturn sextile Venus. Very important. Very important shit to do this love alchemy. A lot of us got past relationships, men and women, that, you know, we still not over. We still want them back. We still love them. We still need them. We still desire them. But they're gone. They're living their life. They're at the club. They're popping bottles. And we're at home. We're wanting them, but there's no way we can have them. Either they're in another country, another planet. Maybe they're next door, but they threw at your ass. Now it's time for you to do this love alchemy piece. Because we can't go forward wishing and longing for a person that don't want you and then still simultaneously, you know, giving our number out and dating people. Wow. But you really want Jermaine. But Jermaine ain't stunting your ass, but Thomas is, so you give Thomas the time of the day without doing the love alchemy on Jermaine. I'm telling you, that relationship with Thomas is not gonna work out. Because you have not done the Venus and Scorpio love alchemy piece. And even if you have done it, there are things that we all haven't got over. There are subtle things that aren't so strong in our consciousness that we're just automatically afraid. We automatically don't take that right turn because we already know that it's pain there. It's fear there. So we all could do this alchemy for the shit that we don't even know we're afraid of. Very deep shit. Why? Why is this so important for the world, for the planet? Because we deal with a fact of life, a fact of nature that nobody can get around. Hurt people, hurt people. Nothing we can do about that. The only thing we can do is transmit this energy. You understand? If a person is hurt, it don't matter how you feel about them, nothing. Because when it comes down to the come down, they hurtness is going to reflect on your ass. So you better stay away from a hurt person. Stay away from a hurt person, not because you don't love them, not because you don't care. It's because they are a ticking time bomb. And if you want to be, you know, collateral damage to a person self-exploding, by all means, have fun with that. But understand that hurt people hurt people. And if they're not doing the alchemy to that pain, if they're not redistributing that pain and turning that pain into something else, and they're just living with that pain, like that pain is of value every day they wake up to that pain, they rock that pain like a baby. You understand? They swaddle that pain. They walk, you know, they love that pain, bro. They love it. And because whenever it gets down to the get down, whenever you start to address some core issues, they'll throw that pain on you and you didn't even know what happened. You don't even know what hit you. So I don't know where you fall at. Maybe you've been doing the alchemy. Maybe you're not as hurt as you used to be. Maybe you're dealing with somebody that's real hurt. It resonates. It applies. So just take it all in. Saturn in conjunct the north nodes. So the north node is our spiritual understanding of our where we're studying shit that you know we can be studying shit like tarot, crystals, you know, different types of religion, different spirituality systems, you know, a whole bunch of different shit that resonate with our being, and we're gathering information. That's what I'm talking about. Fire path working. That's the north node in Leo. Another fire sign. But this is spiritually where we're headed. And who's doing the work? Who's building up the information? Who's doing the studying? Who's doing the reclamation? Who's doing the application? If you just simply reading books and be like, look, mom, I read this cool ass magical book that showed me all of this magical shit. What is you doing today? Going to work? Okay. Is you going to practice grounding and, you know, controlling the room when you at work? Nah, I got a project to do. You know how they be tripping up there. You know how I hate my job. What? Your book was to read how to get free from a 9 to 5. Yeah, that was a good ass book. I learned a lot. How are you utilizing it? I just read it. Wow, son. Okay, that's how y'all getting down? This is what we need to understand. A North Node in Leo is simple as hell to understand. Knowledge is power. Simple. But what kind of knowledge? Knowledge of self. That is how you get into the Illuminati. That's how you become fully illuminated, when you have full knowledge of self, where can't nobody tell you shit about yourself. When you get a reading from me, I'm not trying to tell you anything about yourself, so you don't have to get readings, or you don't have to be searching and understanding, what should I be doing? What am I good at? You know, you need to have knowledge of self, because you got questions about yourself. You need to find answers about yourself, and there ain't no way around that. You can't be knowing everything there is to know about something that you learned about in school, but when I start to talk about you and why you triggered, you don't got no answers for me. You just know you mad and you ready to fuck some shit up. With that college degree, you ready, you about to do all of that? All this esteem you done gathered throughout this terrestrial life, you just real pissed off and sad? How you know all of this shit about your job, but you don't even know how to make yourself happy? That don't make no sense. You ever go to like a place of business and that person has no real social skills, but she know everything about the job? Just a genius? Like I was like, you know, at the hospital with my wife, and the nurses, they're very smart, but they very uncomfortable with themselves. And so my Cancer moon was up in the hospital feeling everything. I was like, yo, it was a very much learning experience, because I don't really go to hospitals that much. And I guess I realized a lot about myself. I had knowledge of self this weekend. I realized that I'm extremely empathic. And if I don't protect my energy, I'll just start thinking shit and start feeling all types of fear and anxiety from other people. And if I'm not clear on my shit, I'll start thinking that them thoughts is my own. So we were in the hospital for 72 hours or more, and everything was good. Everything was a success. Baby was born to yesterday, 9/11 at 7:25 p.m. Mr. John. But the reality is, you know, if I wasn't aware on what was happening around me, that shit, we probably still be in the hospital. Cause it got to a certain point where I was very afraid, y'all. I was very scared. I didn't want to say too much. I didn't want to feel too much. So I was just trying to act normal about the shit. But man, I got a Cancer moon. I feel everything. And up until yesterday, I said, oh shit, I'm in a goddamn hospital and I'm feeling all of this shit. So I instantly got into my bubble where it's like 3 feet ahead of me, 3 feet to the side of me, 3 feet on top of me, 3 feet at the bottom of me, and I create a circle, a sphere around myself. And then in that space, I project my emotions. And then from that point, things started to roll along, because we was like, it was time to go. You know, it was amazing. The pregnancy was very slow, very tiresome. But once, you know, I realized that this energy had to be shifted, things started to happen. And I just say that to say that your energy is important. If you're an empath, you can't be walking through life half cocked, because you would get messed up. You have to really set the tone with your energy. You have to really know that people are sad, people are fearful, and if you just accept that energy, then it's yours now. You got to deal with this fear. You got to deal with this anxiety, and you have not done anything to protect your mind, body, soul, or anything. You're just free. You're just out here open, getting attacked. So hopefully that helped you. It is Wednesday. It is Woden's Day, and so we will talk about Mercury. Mercury is entering the second decan of Virgo, which is ruled by Saturn and Capricorn. So doubling down on this energy, how can we begin to think on a higher level? Something that could really help you with this, a solution to Mercury opposed Neptune, thinking on a higher level, is very, very easy. You won't ever be smarter than your clarity. However much you think, however much you know, it will never amount to the amount of you not thinking at all. So if you racking your brain on shit, creating all this anxiety, creating all of this fear, the person who is not thinking about shit and is just looking at his surroundings and let his surroundings do its job for him, then he's much better than you constantly thinking you know every damn thing. Because the person that is clear, that person knows what's right for him. You studying some shit that somebody else done wrote to control your ass, period. You are absorbing someone else's thoughts and doing the alchemy to make them your own, and that's not right. You have to really develop your own thoughts, write your own books, learn from yourself. Mercury trine Pluto. If you're thinking on this higher level, if you connect into the second decan, which is connected to Saturn, by default, you are developing your inner worth. If you're thinking that I'm more than just what I've been going through, if you're thinking that I'm going to learn this shit on YouTube, I'm going to get my notebook, I'm going to really study this shit, I'm going to become a bomb ass caterer, I'm gonna become a bomb ass artist, I'm about to really do some shit, because in the conscious community, just in the world period, you know, there is no creativity. Everybody's just, you know, having the same talking points, you know, whatever. I want to hear your perspective though. I want to hear how you flip it. I want to hear some new shit, some new music. I don't want to hear the shit I hear on the radio. I don't want to see the art that I see at these bougie ass places. I want to see some shit that you doing. Cause the shit that you doing is the shit that I'm interested in. And it's a million people just like me who just interested in your creative expression. I want to see it. I want to feel it. I want to experience it. But the problem is you ain't doing shit to put it. I can't see some shit that you haven't done. So please get to work. Develop your inner wealth. That inner wealth by default will become outer wealth. The more you cultivate it, the more you understand it, the more that you know. And finally, Mercury sextile Jupiter. If Jupiter is a realization of, you know, kingship and spiritual lineage, and you're in this place and time where you're not in that space of spiritual lineage or kingship, well then guess what? There's no more procrastination. You know, the fear and anxiety is from you not doing shit. And you not doing shit over time, it creates a world. A real world. Because even when you're not doing something, you're doing something. Very key to understand. So stop procrastinating. Start to get on your y'all have so many gifts. Y'all are so talented. Y'all are so beautiful. Y'all are amazing. I know that. I feel that. I see that. I speak to that every single day. But I can't do shit for you. I can't do shit for you. And so let's get to this tarot. Make sure you paying attention and understanding and taking your own notes, because it's very important for you to do your shit to get in tune with your higher self and see what your higher self has for you. And if it's something different than what you already doing, then it's time to get some work done. Like if you doing something and you know you should be doing something else, you know it, y'all be knowing it. I work here, but I need to be doing this. Okay, but I'm afraid. And I've been afraid so long that it's creating anxiety because I hate my job and I know I need to be doing something different. I'm only saying this story if you're new to my channel. You know, 9 months ago, I was a truck driver and I was dead set on being a truck driver. I didn't see my life outside of being a truck driver. I wanted to do this tarot stuff. I wanted to do this YouTube stuff, but I was too busy. I was always on the road making that money. But I was miserable. I was dirty. I was tired. I was afraid. I was all types of shit. But now I'm off that train. And now I just simply, you know, speak life into other people that, man, you don't know what spirit has in tune for you. But if you think that your survival is what's saving you, your survival is what's making you better than other people because you paying rent and you ain't homeless or some shit, that's your bad. You got talent, you got gifts, you got abilities, you got hidden talents, you got latent abilities, you know? But if you're not doing the spiritual work, if you're not out in nature grounding, if you're not doing anything spiritual and everything in your life is just money, 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 you're gonna get what you got. Nine of Cups, happiness. Card is ruled by Jupiter and Pisces. So your spiritual lineage, everything that is great about you, your happiness does not come with you staying in the crib and not addressing any fear. What's being happy? Seeing a beautiful girl walk down the street, being a little bit tense or timid, but just knowing that she's so beautiful that you gotta have her. So coming upside of yourself and saying, hey, my name is Kyrie, how are you? You are beautiful. I would like to get to know you. Can I get your number? Hell no, nigga, get out of here. You know, because that game was weak. But if I came with some stronger game and she gave me her number, guess how I feel? Happy. I've addressed my fears. And Jupiter is like a yes to, you know, you could get some no's and you ain't gonna be happy, but maybe you learned. But when you get that yes, happiness. But if you don't get that yes by staying in your fear, it's about coming outside of your fear. And we got these cards a little earlier, in the like back when we first started doing these lives, the Nine of Swords, where it's all about mental health. And what is mental health? Mental health is when you have action, but you have two things, you have multiple things that you want to do. But the reality is that you're one person. And so since you can't do multiple things, you don't do shit. And if you do this over time, you'll develop some real serious mental health problems and issues, because the reality is that you can only do one thing at a time. You only have one human body. Now you can upgrade your life and start to delegate and hire assistants when you get your money together, but a lot of times people be having their money together and don't even fucking delegate. They be figuring since they so highly esteemed that they can start to do everything for everybody. But got all this money, if you don't hire your ass an assistant and delegate some of your responsibilities, because you need time and energy to be talking to me on some spiritual shit. Oh, you got all of these resources, you all this talented, so now you about to do all of this shit. Good luck with that too. The Hierophant is really working with these next two cards, really getting outside of your fear, really understanding that you are one human being. So if you plan to have a successful, prosperous life, then you better plan to have a successful, prosperous life. If you can't write it down on a schedule, on paper, then it probably can't be done. And the reason why y'all don't write shit down is because y'all happy with living in this space of impossibility. And as long as you live your life without planning it, you just let shit come to you day for day, lollygagging about this shit, you'll get that too. And that brings us to disappointment. Another card ruled by Mars. Mars and Scorpio. Mars is having a hard time because Mars is really straightforward. It don't want to go through Aquarius. It don't want to go through Scorpio because it's just want to just be on terrestrial land. It don't want to be swimming and go through no type of alchemy and deal with its disappointment. But that's part of life, man. If I wasn't never disappointed, if I wasn't never sad, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't even have this voice, wouldn't even come out the way it comes. This information, this fire, this ability to be here every day, it came from disappointment, sadness, trauma, grief, unexpected changes that'll break the strongest person down. But guess what? I'm still here because I did my Mars and Scorpio work. Oh, nail it. Nail it. So Sagittarius, the card for Sagittarius in the Thoth Tarot deck is art. Fire path working. If I'm sitting on my cauldron and I'm cultivating my talent, what am I not doing in that moment? I'm not being fearful. I'm not being anxious. If I'm fearful and I start to, you know how many people do art based upon their trauma and their fear, and they get millions behind it because they've expressed it and got it out of their system. How many songs is about breaking up? How many songs is about heartbreak that done got people millions of dollars? So your art is your fire path working, and that's just how you get to see where you're going. But let's still remember that Saturn is in Capricorn, so the fact that we see that fire path working is not enough. We begin to walk in that. Very hard work. This conscious shit, man. A lot of y'all want to deal with this conscious shit because y'all think it's the easy way out. And see, that's where a lot of y'all get fucked up at, because consciousness is not easy at all. Consciousness is you changing your whole reality and trying to redesign and reconfigure your genetic wiring. This is a hard job. And so the reason that I do these lives every day, the reason that I talk about this every day is because it's needed. Who's doing it? The news come on every day. Don't nobody say shit. 24 hours a day, a bunch of lies. Nobody says shit. I don't know, it's just something to think about. And so today being Wednesday, today being ruled by Mercury, we deal with the Six of Swords. Mercury in Aquarius. So the title of that card is Science. Mercury in Aquarius. How do we get from Mercury in Aquarius to science? How does that, what does that mean? Well, Mercury is our mind. Aquarius is shit changing. If we can understand that shit is changing always, then our Mercury says, oh, shit is changing. So if our Mercury is just, this is my Mercury. My Mercury is looking at shit changing. This is my Aquarius. After so long, Mercury is like, oh, I get it. Shit changes. So let me get up with the changes and do this. Let me be one with the change. And so the person that's one with the change, they like, oh, that nigga's smart. That nigga's on some shit right now. He brought an umbrella. It didn't even say it was gonna rain today. Ooh, are you a psychic? What do you know that I don't know? It's like, shit, I don't know shit, but I'm just going with the changes. I see that the world constantly changes. I didn't never see no flower, like I've never seen a flower just be the same flower. I seen flowers come, I seen flowers go, I seen flowers come back, I seen flowers go again, I seen flowers come back again. Oh, this shit is changing. Science. I know some shit now. But if you just sitting back at the crib watching this shit go around, thinking you done got it, cause boy, you better get up in that flow. You better flow with this shit. This is not a game. This is not a game. And so I really took up entirely too much of y'all time. But the message was clear. I feel like the message was needed. Definitely feel the energy, feel the vibration. I mentioned during the live, but let me mention again, we did have our son, John. He was born yesterday at 7:25 p.m. Just want to say thank you to my wife for being so strong, so amazing. I don't know what I did to be so fortunate to have a woman like you in my life, but I must have did something right. And you know, I just tried to show you how much I love you every day, how much I appreciate you every day, because the things that you do, I can't do. And so my goal is to just simply learn from you every day and, you know, provide some happiness, provide some joy, provide some comfort, provide some ease to you and assistance in whatever you want to do. Because I respect you and I admire you. But I don't know, the deepest love transformation is going down in my family. My new son, John, I went outside before he was born and I seen the energy surrounding the hospital. It was like little millions of angels surrounding the sky. And it's like one of those things that if you've never seen it, you couldn't really explain it. So I just seen all of this energy and I was like, damn, he's about to be born. And when he was born and he came out and, you know, he was chill, just relax. I feel like he was happy to be with us. You know, we were there to love him. And, you know, it's just a beautiful situation. I haven't, like, my other two sons, I was there when they were born, but they had C-section. So this was my first natural birth. And wow, I respect women so much. And dudes, if you got a woman pregnant right now, go support her ass. Even if you don't like her, even if she get on your nerves, even if she ain't shit, even if you don't know if the baby yours, I don't care. Support a pregnant woman that's reaching out to you, because you'll learn so much about her and about yourself. We have to begin to help each other, especially through pregnancy, because pregnancy is such a vulnerable time. Such a scary time where we don't know how that shit is going to manifest, and we take it for granted, you know, that just pregnancy is just this normal, easy thing. But, you know, one wrong thing, you know, anything could happen. So it's very important that we take these women seriously when they're pregnant and they're going through this transformation. I promise, like, if you in Ohio and you having a baby and you don't got nobody to help you, I swear to God, you could call me. I will come and support you while you have your baby, because, like, I don't know how a woman could have a baby without support. You know, that shit blows my mind. So I had a lot to say today because I'm back to normal. I haven't been back to normal. I was like 50% these past couple of days, but now I'm back at 100. I'm back on my emails. If you sent me an email in this past week, expect the email from me within the day. Back on my Patreon. I know I haven't been onto that. I tried to do the Patreon, y'all, but I get to my cards and I just have way too much shit on my mind, so I don't want to do a reading like that. But now I feel good. So now I'm going to answer those questions with clarity. So be on the lookout for that. Hoodmystic@gmail for readings, because I'm back. I'm back. So if you are interested in readings, we can get back to scheduling those. And the people that I had reading scheduled with that I had to postpone, I'm getting back to those. So we're back in business. The baby is born. My wife is back healthy. Everything is great. I'm great. You're great. We're great. And we're going to still do this conscious shit every single day. You know, that's why we're here. So Peace, family. We love you. Thank you for your love, support. It was needed. It was felt. You know, if y'all didn't send positive energy, I don't necessarily know if I would have picked up on that I was absorbing negative energy. So for that, I'm grateful for y'all, and that's why I'm of service. That's why I'm here to do this work. So please share this video, like, subscribe to this channel. I'm the Hood Mystic. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.